store. Once you pass the last point of sale.
I didn't pass nothing.
Okay, well, they have enough to get
Once you conceal an item, it is theft, whether you are in store or not.
Okay, but
All right, we're not having court out here. Just go.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. What starts as a quiet trip to Walmart, it turns into a viral moment. Now this video has gone viral and it's from about a year ago. I just recently saw it and I thought it's a good one to talk about the laws at play. We have a mother, a pregnant daughter, and they're both arrested. What's at play here is skip scam. We talked about this before. It's a scam that's ongoing. This body cam footage captures not just the arrest, but the emotional fallout, the confusion, and the legal lines that were crossed. Let's break this all down so you know exactly where the law lands and whether you're on the side of the register or the badge. With that, let's jump in.
Yes.
like what?
You're ringing stuff up as Kool-Aid packets, and then you ring up a tank top for the shirt.
I'm gonna hang on to your purse for you.
No, you're not gonna touch my purse. You can keep that.
Everyone's not cooperative. You're under arrest.
No,
you are under arrest.
I didn't walk out that door.
Do not move. You are under arrest. You are under arrest. Do not move.
Oh,
You said safety number.
Yes.
okay, here. Okay.
Just follow. Go with them. Go with them. I need you to come here. Place your hands behind your back.
I'm not going to jail.
I didn't say you're going to jail. I said you're under arrest.
No, that's
Sir, you cannot
Not
touch
make
me.
this. I can't. You are under arrest.
I did not go nowhere. I did not even go nowhere. What is wrong with you? Get your hands off of me. Okay, get your hands off of me.
sir.
You're hurting me.
Off of her.
You're hurting me.
Back up. You need to back up.
You need to back up because
She's pregnant.
She didn't leave.
I didn't even go nowhere.
I'm not messing with
She didn't leave the door,
Okay.
so therefore you can't grab on her.
Okay, can you let me go?
Let go.
No, I cannot.
Okay.
Yes, you
You are
can.
under arrest.
No,
For
she's
what?
not under arrest. She didn't leave out.
I didn't even go nowhere.
Watch out. Get off her.
Okay, can you just let me go?
The
No, I
fuck?
cannot.
Okay, I will do what you ask. This is my daughter. Can you stop, please?
I need her to leave me alone.
Stop. Okay, Hyra, stop.
No.
Hyra, stop. Okay, she's pregnant. Please let me go, and I will calm down. Stop. Why are you squeezing my arm? Get my phone and record this.
No, he
is
can't do
being
nothing.
recorded.
He didn't. You just walk out the door.
Okay. Get what I'm doing. I'm not even doing nothing.
Get off of her. She
I'm
didn't
not-
go out the door, so
I'm not even doing nothing.
Let her go.
I'm not even doing
You have
nothing.
your
You're-
item, so you have to let her go.
She is pregnant.
Okay,
You
real
are
simple.
under
You guys are under arrest.
No,
You're
you
not
guys
in charge
are
for
not under
theft.
arrest.
Put your hands in front of you.
No,
You're going to place your
okay.
handcuffs.
Okay, can you? Okay.
It's not up for
I'll
debate.
touch you.
Stop.
Get
It's
off.
not up for debate.
Bro, get the. Get the.
Then stop resisting.
Get off of me, bro.
Stop resisting. Put your hands in front of me.
Let me call
I'm
Get off
offering to
me.
handcuff you. Do not interfere with me.
Off of me.
Stop it.
Get off of me.
Trying to not hurt you. You are under arrest. You are not in charge of this.
Move. Get the off of me! Get off! Get off of me! Get the no!
What?
No, I'm pregnant. Get off of me!
Well, you gotta stop fighting, okay?
Okay, get off of me!
All right, stand up.
Get-
Stand up for me. Put your hands on your back, okay? Put your hands on your back.
No! Get off of me! I didn't do nothing! Get the fuck off of me!
Help them. You got her?
No, move! Get off of me! I didn't do nothing! Get the fuck off of me!
You're under arrest. Let's go.
Move! Get off of me! I didn't do nothing! Get the fuck off of me!
Don't touch me.
Three. Yes. Okay.
You didn't have to do that.
And you ain't have to hit her.
You was twice her age, man. You ain't have to do that.
Everything, and I recorded it. Black people don't got no rights. Okay.
Pull this leg in.
Yes, can I just want to make sure my daughter's all right.
Well, your daughter's out there. She's
Walk it out.
Okay. I mean, you shouldn't have did all that. She was pregnant.
Okay, she's still resisting.
No, she's not resisting. She was just saying,
Put your leg up.
oh my God.
Got everything?
Okay.
That's the card.
I think her receipt's in her bag.
You can leave. Like,
Yeah, 524, 446.
so I'm gonna take it.
No, we'll wait.
Thank you.
You're good.
Hold on, are you going to arrest me?
You have a question?
So like, go
Do you
downtown?
understand your rights? You understand your rights? Yes, you're under arrest for theft. Okay? It doesn't matter if you haven't left the store. Once you pass the last point of sale,
I didn't pass nothing.
okay, well, they have
That's
nothing to
considered when
arrest.
you conceal an item, it is theft, whether you are in the store or not.
Okay, but
All right, we're not having court out here. Just go.
Okay.
Yes. Have a seat.
No.
My pastor, he want to know what's going on. He just want me to ask what's going on, that's all.
They're under arrest for
Stealing, they didn't want to be detained for stealing, they resisted arrest.
They were stealing.
Yep.
Okay, let me ask you, this is the pastor. I don't forget about it. You didn't
They were caught going stealing, they were approached by it, started the scene, didn't want to be placed under arrest for it, and that's where we're at now.
Okay, let me just take it now.
State,
Hey,
not local.
pastor.
I might not have
Okay, hold on. What you say? What?
They were placed under arrest. They were stealing. They didn't want to be detained for the theft. They resisted arrest. Now they're both going to county jail. Correct. Correct. I'm Officer Ortega. The county. That's right. What's your name, young lady?
My name is Sahar. See my ID. I watched you look through the whole purse. There's nothing in there. I didn't steal nothing. You didn't see me walk out with nothing.
Okay. So you're under arrest right now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you in court. You have the right to an attorney. If you're not a foreign attorney, the courts will appoint one to you. You have the right to stop answering questions anytime you talk to an attorney. You also have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You understand what your rights are? Okay.
That's all she pays.
Sorry.
They come here.
Third time.
What's that?
Third time here. She's pregnant. She's hurting. They're gonna go behind the building, so that it's not out front.
That's going on.
I just don't want a bunch of. I don't need the crowd coming out there and causing harassment out there too. You know. So this is stuff that you pay for.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're. I'm assuming they're gonna go to jail, but whatever. We'll just put them. I'll just take it. We'll give them an opportunity to call somebody to pick up their groceries if they want.
Okay.
Come on out, ma'am. You need some help?
Yeah.
There you go.
Can I tell you something?
What's up?
I would have, even though I was as mad as I would have never took care of that warrant
I believe it.
because I actually forgot about it. And you said,
If you don't get bond posted tonight, you'll see a judge in the morning.
you okay? Where's your purse?
What's up front with me? I'm going to get your purse and stuff.
He said my phone is on the.
Yep, I'll get it all. Hey, real quick, while I got both of you here, I want to say this now so I don't forget later, okay? Now, understand that what I'm about to say, I tell every person that I take to the county jail. It is not a personal thing. It is not an accusation. It is a statement, okay? If you have anything on you, any drugs, any paraphernalia, or any weapons, right now is your time to tell me. A lighter doesn't count as paraphernalia. Right? Including marijuana. You got any?
Oh, no, I don't.
Right. I'm
got
not
you.
making a judgment. I'm making a statement, right? That
I think I got.
once we get to the county jail, It doesn't matter what it is, right? Your lighter is not relevant.
Okay, do you want to put my keys in my...
I'll check here in just a second.
Okay.
But if you have any, pipes, any papers, anything like that, any drugs, once we get in the county jail, it doesn't matter what it is, it becomes a felony 3 for conveyance. So right now, we can deal with it, on possibly like a lower misdemeanor level, depending on what it is. All right? But again, it's not a judgment, it's a statement that I make to every person I take to the county jail. So when we get in there, like, I had dope stuffed up in me. I didn't know. You did know because I gave you the opportunity. I have made the statement. Cruiser camera's reporting, my body camera's reporting, right? Okay. There's no denying that people were given this warning. Okay. Are you worried about something?
What's wrong?
Just about being in the back of the car?
Okay, so the big thing here, what was going on with their scheme is that they were scanning cheaper items like packets of Kool-Aid, and yet they were putting expensive items into their bag. All right, I cut out quite a bit. You can go back and watch the original video. There's some more in there, especially when they were just not really saying anything, but you can see the basket. There were about 2 baskets of stuff. They only bought a smaller amount of stuff in one basket, but they had other stuff that they were still trying to scan and act like they were buying those expensive items too. The laws at play here. We're in Ohio. This is Whitehall, Ohio. The first, theft. This is found under the Ohio Revised Code section 2913.02. It's defined as knowingly obtaining or exerting control over property without the owner's consent and with the purpose to deprive the owner of the property. All right, this carries a penalty. If it's over $500, like here, it's a 5th-degree felony. That's punishable up to 12 months in prison and a fine of up to $2,500. Next, we have criminal trespass. This is found in section 2911.21. It's defined as entering or remaining on another's land without privilege or consent. The penalty is a 4th-degree misdemeanor and is punishable up to 30 days in jail, a fine of up to $250. Now, we don't know if this charge was actually filed or not, but it's relevant here. Okay, so if the store security or the officers had given a prior trespass warning to either one of these 2 women, especially after some suspected theft, and then the women refused to leave, this charge could have been added. Now, when we're talking about shoplifting cases, criminal trespass often rides right alongside with the theft charge. When the suspect's caught trying to return or lingers after being told to exit, then you get this criminal trespass charge. Also, I'll say that usually after the person is caught stealing in the store, they're going to be trespassed or given a trespass warning that they're not welcome to come back for a certain period of time. All right, moving up one more, resisting arrest. This is found at the Ohio Revised Code section 2921.33. It says that when a person recklessly or forcefully opposes a lawful arrest, then you have this resisting arrest statute, okay? This can include when you pull away from, when you're shouting, running away from, or physically fighting back with a police officer. It even includes passively refusing to comply. All right, so it has quite a few things packed off into one law. The penalty, this is a 2nd-degree misdemeanor. It carries up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $750. Here, we have the body cam footage that clearly shows these women yelling, refusing commands, pulling away from the officers, both of them. The pregnant woman shouting, "You can't touch me," multiple times. Now, whether or not force is used by them, the repeated refusal to follow the lawful orders during the arrest, that justifies this charge, okay? Because their resistance, it prolonged the whole stop. They wasted a whole lot of time with them, and they had to call for reinforcement. By the end, there's probably 7 or 8 police officers there. All right, finally, we have the last thing that the officer talked about there at the end of the video, and it's the illegal conveyance into a detention facility. All right, this is found at section 2921.36. All right, this was not charged against them, but the officer talked about this one. And this law prohibits bringing weapons, drugs, or contraband knowingly or unknowingly into a jail, prison, or holding facility. Officers must inform arrestees that once they pass the doors to the facility, even a forgotten peel, cigarette, or joint, it becomes a felony. Now, this is a third-degree felony. It carries up to 36 months in prison. That's 3 years. And a fine of up to $10,000. Now, the officer gave his routine advisory precaution to the two suspects, letting them know, tell me now, if you have anything on you, here's your last chance to not let it become a more serious charge if you bring it into the jail. Now, that was a moment about awareness and education, letting the suspects know about the consequences if they fail to do something from that point forward. Okay, so with that, let's move into our evidentiary standards next. Let's walk through the 6 legal thresholds. Each one builds upon the last, and it's just like rungs on the ladder. All right, so let's start at the bottom. Mere suspicion. Now, this is a faint whisper. It's basically an instinct, a hunch, a gut feeling that something's off or wrong. Now, you don't have any concrete evidence, so the police and the government, they can't do any special action like arresting a person or obtaining a search warrant. They can't do any of that. Now, what does usually happen is the police will pay closer attention to the person that did raise this mere suspicion. In this case, an officer might have noticed the women scanning suspiciously low-cost items, but at this stage, it's just a feeling, nothing else. All right, moving up, we have reasonable suspicion. Now, this is when the police have specific and articulable facts suggesting a crime might be happening. This standard allows the police to briefly detain and investigate if there actually is a crime occurring. Here, the self-checkout behavior. And what they did, they're basically just partially scanning the total of all their items. All right, that pattern may have raised suspicion to the point where either loss prevention or if there were police actually there on hand, lawfully observed, and can then stop and detain the 2 women. Moving up one more level, we have probable cause. Now, at this level, the police or the government believe a crime has occurred and they can make an arrest. They also can go seek out a search warrant from a judge, and if certain elements are met, they can even search without a warrant. Now, this doesn't require absolute certainty. It's just a fair probability based on the facts that they believe something's happened and the suspect is involved. Now, here you have a total value of unpaid items combined with the surveillance footage from the store, and you have live observations from the loss prevention staff. That all makes probable cause for an arrest. Now, moving up one more level, you have preponderance of the evidence. Now, this is a civil standard, and it means more likely than not that the claim is true. To win this type of case in civil court, when people are fighting for money, it requires you to have about 51% of the evidence in your favor. Now, if Walmart filed a civil claim against these 2 women, and they sought restitution for the merchandise that was lost, this would be the standard that would be used. All right, moving up one more level, we have clear and convincing evidence. Now, this is sort of a middle ground between civil and criminal. It means that there's a strong belief based on the evidence, and it's highly probable and substantially likely that the claim is true. To win this type of case, you need to have more evidence in your favor. You need to have about 75% of the evidence in your favor to win this type of case. This standard is used when you have more important types of cases. Say, for instance, if a person's professional legal license or professional license is on the line, you would want more evidence to be brought before that license is terminated or revoked. It's also used in like child custody cases, mental commitment cases, and when the prosecution wants to ask for an enhancement on a person's sentence. Here, if the women argued they didn't intend to steal, that it was a mistake, the store would have to rebut that with clear video and consistent officer testimony. All right, so clear and convincing evidence also comes into play when a person offers a defense too. Okay, all right, so moving up to our final level, we have beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the gold standard. All right, this is the highest level in the American justice system. Beyond a reasonable doubt means that there is no other reasonable conclusion besides the defendant being guilty of the charges being brought. At this level, a juror must feel sure of the guilt based on the evidence, and there's really nothing else that's reasonable, something that's likely. All right, there's always that little small chance of something, but it's so small that it's not a real doubt. Here, if the case went to trial, the jury would consider the scanning footage, the Bodycam statements, and the actions during the arrest to determine if the theft and resistance rose to the standard of beyond a reasonable doubt, and then they can convict. All right, next, let's move into our jury perspective. Now, let's imagine that you're on this jury. Both women are being tried for theft and for resisting arrest. Before we jump in, what strikes you the most here about this case? What was the biggest thing that you saw here that gave you pause? All right, the body cam shows the suspects resisting, shouting, and pulling away. Both women insist they didn't walk out the door. But does that really matter under the Ohio law? Now, as a juror, the judge is going to read to you the instructions about what the law is. The officers stayed fairly calm and gave multiple verbal warnings. Now, would that influence your verdict, seeing that the officers had to constantly give commands and they weren't followed? Stop resisting. Stop, you're under arrest. Don't go anywhere. Just stop pulling away. All that. It becomes so redundant, doesn't it? The daughter claims she's pregnant, and she's visibly pregnant. We can see that. Did that justify some softer handling of her? Or was the response appropriate given the resistance? And let me ask you, what does your intuition say about this whole event? Imagine you were in this store watching the checkout and you notice someone scanning Kool-Aid for a cart filled with clothes. Your gut says something's not right. Officers rely on more than just evidence. They use body language, tone, and hesitation to guide their decisions sometimes too. Have you ever been in a situation where your intuition told you about something before you even had facts? Would you trust your instincts here? Now, as I said during the video, when things like this happen, I go the other direction because on a daily basis, I deal with what happens after these events. It can be dangerous, and that's a warning to everyone. It can be dangerous. So, what's your verdict on this one? Guilty or not guilty? Let me know in the comments below. So, what did we learn here? Number one, skip scanning is theft. That's pretty simple. It doesn't matter if you make it to the parking lot or not. In Ohio, once you pass the last point of sale with unpaid merchandise, the law considers the theft is complete. Number two, resisting arrest only makes things worse. Whether or not you agree with why you're being arrested, fighting officers in that moment is not the path to justice. It's the path to cuffs. Number three, your intent matters. Officers look for clues like your behavior, your speech, even your body language. Intuition is used quite often in police work. Now, for jurors, that same intuition, that gut feeling, it becomes part of how truth and credibility are weighed. Number four, when an officer gives a warning about jailhouse contraband, that's not a threat, it's a shield. It protects the suspect from harsher charges, and it gives a person a sort of last chance to avoid turning a potential misdemeanor into a felony. And one final point, if you're a parent, the examples you set, they matter. Some moments stick with kids for life. Now I understand that both people here are probably adults. The daughter who's pregnant, adult. Woman, obviously an adult. A bad decision in a self-checkout aisle can stain more than just your record. It can shape how your children see the law, authority, and responsibility. So let that be a warning and a lesson. So what do you think in the end? Did the officers go too far? Or did the suspects, they just really push past the line? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe. This is Advocacy Alchemy. I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a great day and stay safe out there.
I order you to subscribe to Advocacy Alchemy and return tomorrow, 8:45 a.m. Central for another lecture. Dismissed.